Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we will share with you guys the process of how our group complete the MGT340 assignment. We will bring you through each step of our group journey from formation, planning, task division to the actual interview and final report submission. We also highlight the leadership skill, teamwork, challenges, and solution we experienced throughout the process. On the 15th of April 2025, we officially begin our MGT340 group assignment journey by forming our group. It was the foundation of our entire project, so it was important to make thoughtful decisions right from the beginning. The first thing we did was to decide on our group members. We discussed openly who we were comfortable working with and who had a good working attitude. We made sure the group was balanced in terms of commitment, availability, and individual strengths like writing, speaking, researching, and organizing.
After forming the group, we knew we needed someone to lead and guide us throughout the process. So, we voted for a group leader. The voting process was done fairly. We each gave our nomination and then we voted based on who we believe had leadership, potential and good communication skills. The person who chose our leader was someone who had past experience handling group tasks and also someone who we trusted to manage time and keep everyone motivated. The person is Afiq Daniel. He played a key role later in task coordinations, conflict resolutions, and ensuring everyone stayed on track. We feel that choosing a strong leader earlier on really helped us more efficiently in the next stage. Instead of waiting for instruction from lecturer or wasting time deciding on small matters, our leader keep us focused, assigned responsibility, and make sure we met all the deadlines. The first step may seem simple, but it really set the tone for the teamwork and structure we follow throughout the entire project.
After successfully forming our group and selecting a reliable leader, we were ready to move on to the next important phase of our project, which was distributing tasks among our members and selecting a suitable company to interview. On the 20th of April 2025, we had our first proper group discussion to divide responsibilities. One of the best decisions we made was to distribute tasks based on each person's individual strength. For example, some of us were better at writing and summarizing, like Izati and Farhana, while others were more confident in speaking or conducting interviews. We made sure that everyone had a task they were comfortable with, but also challenged enough to grow. Our leader, Afiq Daniel, guided this process by making sure the task distribution was fair and everyone agreed with their roles. We also create a shared Google document to track progress and keep things transparent. This step really helped us avoid confusion later on, especially when it came to compiling the final report. In the same discussion, we also finalized our company selection. After brainstorming a few options, we agreed on Resort Kijal. The main reason we choose this company is because it has strong relevance to our records. Human resource management. We heard that the company had been facing issues related to employee turnover, and we felt that this will give us real-world insight that connected well with the theories we learned in the class. Another factor that influenced our decision was location and accessibility. One of our group members had a contact within the company, which made it easier to request and arrange for an interview later on. Overall, this step gave us a clear direction and a strong foundation to begin our research and planning.
After finalizing our task and confirming Resort Work Kijal as our company of choice, the next step was to arrange and conduct the most important part of our assignment, the interview session. This was where we collected all the real-life data that became the foundation of our report. On the 10th of May 2025, we had the opportunity to interview Puan Nofatin Atira, the Human Resource Manager at Resort Work Kijal. This interview was one of the most valuable experiences in this project because we were able to directly ask about the real challenge faced by the HR department. Before the interview, we carefully prepared our question. We wanted to focus on topics like employee turnover, requirement challenge, retention strategies, and HR policies. Each of us contributed to forming relevant and meaningful questions. We also practice how to ask questions politely and professionally so we will be well prepared. During the session, Puan Fatin shared a lot of useful insights. She talked about the reason why employees leave, such as heavy workloads, lack of communication, and limited career development. She also explained the strategies the company used to manage these problems, such as staff training, internal communication improvements, and wellness programs. One key point that stood out was how important it is for HR to listen to employees and act on feedback. Puan Fatin also emphasized the importance of teamwork in HR and how communication breakdowns can lead to serious staff dissatisfaction. We took detailed notes during the interview and record the session with permission. This helped us later when we were compiling accurate content for our report. The interview not only gave us information for the assignment, but also helped us understand how real HR departments work under pressure and expectation.
After completing the interview season and collecting valuable insight from Puan Fatin, we move on to the most time-consuming and critical part of the assignment, which is preparing the group report. On the 20th of May 2025, we officially began working on our report. This phase required a lot of teamwork, coordination, and commitment from every group member. Our leader had break down the report into smaller parts, including the introduction, company background, interview, findings, analysis, and conclusion. We use a combination of tools to stay connected and manage our progress. Our weekly check-in will done through Google Meet, especially when group meet face-to-face. For quicker updates and clarification, we actively use a group chat on WhatsApp. This platform helps us stay on track even when our schedule were packed. When it comes to writing, we divide the content based on each member's responsibility from yearly. For example, the person in charge of interview took the lead in summarizing the interview finding. Meanwhile, those who were better at language help with editing and formatting. We'll also make sure everyone got a chance to review and give feedback. We did not just write the report in one setting. Instead, we work in stages, starting with drafting, then review, and finally editing the full version. This gives us the time double-check the facts, improve system flows, and ensure everything matches the formatting guidelines. Despite facing challenges like time clash and slow response at times, we managed to complete the report together. Our leader played a key role in reminding everyone of deadlines and motivating the team to keep going. We thoroughly practice collaboration and time management during this stage.
After weeks of writing, editing, and formatting, we finally reached the final stage of our assignment, which was submitting the complete report. This moment was both exciting and a bit nervous-wracking, as we wanted to ensure everything was perfect. Before submission, we took time to double-check everything. We reviewed the cover page number, reference, and formatting. 12th of June 2025, we were supposed to submit both the soft copy and hard copy version of our group report. However, on the day of submission, we encountered a major issue due to a misunderstanding about the submission time. We accidentally missed the deadline to upload the soft copy on the future platform. By the time we released it, the submission portal had already closed. At first, we were very worried and felt disappointed in ourselves. But instead of panicking, our leader took the initiative to communicate with the lecturer and explain the situation honestly. We admit our mistake and asked if there was any possible solution. Thankfully, the lecturer was very understanding and professional. Through her discretion and keenness, she allowed us to re-upload the report within a short extended time frame. This experience taught us an important lesson about being more aware of deadline and checking all instructions carefully. It also reminds us how important it is to communicate respectfully and take responsibility when something goes wrong.
When we submitted the report, we immediately began preparing for our video presentations, divided speaking roles, and created slides that summarize the whole process from the group formation to the final submissions. This preparation helped us reflect on what we had learned throughout the process. It wasn't just about completing an assignment, it was also about experiencing the real-life steps of conducting a project, communication efficiently, and working as a team. This submission marked the end of our report journey, but it also marked the beginning of a deeper understanding, not just from theory, but also the real-world experience we gained at Resort Work Kijat.
For this reflection, I want to share what I learned from four main aspects. First, about leadership skills. As the group leader, I had to make sure everyone knew their responsibilities and deadline. For example, when we start this assignment, I create a clear task list and timeline. I also reminded everyone publicly if someone was too late to update. I learned that a leader must be patient, fair, and ready to listen when team members have different ideas. Second, for teamwork, I realized that real teamwork is not only about doing our own part, it is about discussing openly and supporting each other. For example, when one member couldn't finish their part on time, others, including me, helped to proofread and combine the section. We use WhatsApp every day to share updates and Google Meet when we needed to clarify something bigger. Third, the main issues and problems I faced were time clashes because we all had different routine schedules, assignments, and personal commitments. Another big problem was the soft copy submission. We thought we had more time, but when we wanted to upload, the portal was already closed. This situation was stressful because we were worried about losing marks. Lastly, the solution we used were simple but effective. I make sure to break down tasks into smaller parts so nobody felt too stressed. I also took quick action to talk to the lecturer about the submission mistake. Luckily, the lecturer was understanding. This taught me to taking responsibility and solving problems calmly can help save the whole group.
This is from my perception. First, about leadership skills. I learned how to take small leadership roles when needed. For example, when Afiq was busy, I helped lead the discussion and kept everyone focused. I realized that leadership is not only for the leader, but everyone can lead by giving ideas and helping solve conflicts calmly. Second, for teamwork, I understood that working in a team is about being honest and cooperative. We always update each other about what we had done and what we still needed to be done. When we work on the slides for this presentation, we check each other's slides to make sure the design and points were clear. Third issue we face include replying late in the group chat. Sometimes it took days for someone to answer, which made others wait. We also face pressure because some parts of the report took longer than expected. Lastly, our solutions include setting earlier deadlines and using reminders. We also use Google Documents so everyone could see the same file and comment directly. This helped us avoid confusion. This assignment taught me that teamwork and good communication really make the work smoother.
This is my reflection. First, for leadership skills, I saw how a good leader manage time, solve issue calmly, and respect everyone's ideas. I learned from Afiq and I tried to apply it when I helped my friends during the interview preparation. I gave ideas for questions and guided my friend who was nervous about speaking. Second, for teamwork, I learned that teamwork means more than doing your own part. We always remind each other about deadlines and double check everyone's work. When writing the report, I helped combine everyone's sections so the format was the same. Third, the issue we faced included scheduling conflict, especially near the submission date. Some people were busy with other assignments, so it slowed down our progress. The soft copy submission mistake was also a big challenge for us. Lastly, our solution were to work in stage. We did draft first, then edited, then final checks. We also stay positive and didn't blame each other when mistake happened. Instead, we focused on finding solution quickly, and I learned that teamwork and leadership help overcome any problems if everyone support each other.
Here is my reflection for this group project. First, for leadership skill, I learned that a leader should be clear, petty, and ready to solve issues. Even though I was not the main leader, I took small leadership steps to, for example, I had planned our question for the interview with Puan Fatin and keep the notes organized for the report. Second, for teamwork, I realized that trust and responsibility are important. We always use WhatsApp to update progress, and when someone need help, we decide to step in. When our writing section was delayed, I offered to help proofread and check for grammar mistakes. The issue we faced were mostly about time clashing, class schedule, and slow replies cause delays. We also feel stressed when the submission was rejected the first time because we missed the portal time. Lastly, the solution we use includes setting a clear task list and using reminders. Our leader at first to talk the lecturer and explain honestly. We learn not to panic but solve problem, calm as a team. I know now that teamwork and good leadership really help us complete tasks successfully.
For leadership skills, even though I was not the leader, I learned how to support our leader by giving suggestions and helping to solve small issues. For example, when some members were confused about their task, I helped to explain and make sure everyone understood. I also practice speaking up confidently during our meetings, which is improve my communications. For teamwork, I learned that being in a group means we have to respect everyone's idea and work together to solve problems. We always discuss in our WhatsApp group. When someone found it hard to write their part, I volunteer to check and help them rewrite. Some issues I faced was misunderstanding about tasks. Sometimes I thought someone had finished their part, but actually they didn't. We also had clashing schedules, which made meetings hard to arrange. The solution were to use clear deadlines, keep reminding each other kindly, and update progress step by step. I also learned that checking instructions properly can help avoid bigger problems, like what happened with our submission time. This project really showed me how teamwork and leadership work together.
I would like to share my reflection too. First, for leadership skill, I learned how important it is to play our role even if we are not the main leader. For example, when our leader was busy with other tasks, I helped guide the discussion and reminded Frank about what needs to be done. This taught me to be more confident and responsible in giving instruction and advice politely. Second, for teamwork, I realized that teamwork means everyone must be active and not just wait for others to finish. We always share our progress and give feedback to improve each other's part. Third, issues that I face include misunderstanding when sharing file. Sometimes the wrong version was sent, so we need extra time to fix it. We also struggled with time clash when everyone was busy with other assignments. Lastly, the solution we used were to double-check our file before sending and use share Google Doc so everyone could see the latest version. I also learned to remind each other, get gentle and to help when someone was late.